What is up, everybody? If you got a bad case of the Mondays and you're counting down that last 45 minutes to work, you're on the right channel. Hope you even had a good weekend. My name's Andrew. We're going to hang out for a little bit. We're going to do little fun little rooms here with Hack the Box, as always. And should be fun. There we go. Get that white and red. Give it a few minutes, see if anyone wants to join us here for their last hour of work. I know for my East Coast folks, it's going on about 7. Yeah, 7-ish. 3-hour time difference before daylight savings here in November. Hopefully everyone's doing great. We've been having some super hot days here in Arizona. So definitely been enjoying that. But hopefully everyone has been doing well. Well, you know the name of the game. We are going to keep moving along with our Hack the Box shout out. Once again, not sponsored. Would love to be sponsored with Hack the Box. But a huge thank you still, as I mentioned before, to kind of getting into the platform and really kind of getting to mess around with everything here within the instance. So as I mentioned before, let's kind of pivot here. Oh, I got to show my other screen. That's why. There we go. We are currently in the learning the basics of pen testing. So as I mentioned before, we're going noob friendly here, and I'm getting to check out a lot of these challenges and rooms before you guys get to. Now, the caveat to this is some of these rooms do require a VIP level status or a VIP subscription to complete. So obviously I have my VIP sub thanks to the amazing people at Hack the Box. But since I do, I can kind of still share these challenges with you guys to explain and kind of maybe give you a reason to pick up the subscription. Maybe you've been on Try Hack Me for so long, you're looking for something new, trying to spice things up, and Hack the Box might just be that. So as I've mentioned before, they have some amazing challenges, amazing Sherlock rooms that you can easily get into that are really fun. So today we're going to keep moving down the line here with our Getting Started series. Turn down my music a little bit so we don't have a little bit of that ambient music. And we've already done our spin up. So we already have our VIP plus box spun open. We've already generated our IP address. And now we have some questions to answer. So let's go ahead. And while you're knocking out that last hour of work, let's just kind of jam out, hang out, check out some of these questions, and go ahead and get started. So first question we have on the table here is what does the 3-letter acronym RDP stand for? Now, for those that don't know what RDP is, we are probably assuming it's, for those that are aware, it's Remote Desktop Protocol. But let's say you didn't know. Let's go ahead and see what our hint says. And hint number 1 will tell us what any good analyst would do in the real world or outside the real world is we go to our most senior, most expert analyst on our team, Google. And just like that, what does a 3-letter acronym RDP stand for? Remote Desktop Protocol, RDP. So let's grab that and move this out of your guys' way so we can get in here and see this flag ping. All right, awesome. We see our green checkbox, meaning that we are in the right place and we are good to keep moving along. What is the three-letter acronym that refers to interaction with the host through a command line interface? Now, once again, I'm pretty sure I know what this is, but maybe we don't know. Maybe we're brand new to cybersecurity and we need all the hints we can get. So, what do you think our hint's going to tell us? I'm wondering if it's going to tell us to go into Google. You can abbreviate the last few words of the question. So command line interface. So if we abbreviate that, CLI. There's our green checkbox. That's what we want to see. All right, moving along. What about graphical user interface interactions? So what could this be? You can use the same concept as the previous question. So UII. Ooh. Oh, I wonder if it's going to be GUI for GUI. GUI. I'm silly. I used the user interface interactions. It's asking for the graphical user interaction. It's going to be a GUI. That's definitely the answer. You saw nothing. Don't worry about that. There we go. What is the name of the old remote access tool that came without encryption by default and listens on port 23? For anyone out here in chat, does anyone want to drop it and maybe inside the comments in the channel to see what it could be? All right. We're going to keep going through all the ropes here in case maybe we don't know. Maybe we're not sure what used to run and listen on TCP port 23. Oh, I got a sneeze coming on. Excuse me. Oof. Definition. The prefix tel and tello means end and terminus, extremely or completion. They are delivered from the Greek telos, meaning the end of the goal, and prefixes tel and tello, also variants of tel, which means distant. What do we think, chat? What are we thinking? Telnet? There we go. All right, let's keep moving. What is the name of the service running on port 3389? Okay, cool. With this gets us now to our box where we're going to run some Nmap. So as I mentioned, I've already spun up my instance and I already have my virtual machine going and I have my terminal already open. So let's go ahead and run our sudo nmap tac.sv and our target IP address. If you scroll back up here to the top, we're going to grab that. We're going to drop that in and we're going to hit enter. I'm going to see what it provides. All right, so we have MSRPC, we have NetBIOS SSN, we also have Microsoft DS, and then we have port 3389, which is MSWBT server. So let's go back to our question and let's see what port it was wanting to see what was running. So what is the name of the service running on port 3389 TCP? So that service is right here. Should be our MSWBT server. Hit the good old submit button. Awesome. We are moving right along. Always good to see. What question are we on? Here we go. What is the switch used to specify the target's host IP when using XFreeRDP? So I don't know if I actually know this one off the top of my head. So what we're going to do is hit this hidden first. In the help menu, its description is serviced hostname. Okay, so it looks like we probably need to get and run XR3DP. So let's see if we even have it on our box. Okay, so we got some info. Scroll up a little bit. What was our hint we got? Let's see. In the description is server. In the help menu, its description is server hostname. Boom, boom, bop. What if we did this in the help menu? So tech help. Four 489. No, because it was a 2-letter port. It was 2 digits. Or no, it was 3. So okay. Let's see. Well, when in doubt, let's see what Google says. All right, maybe we have to connect to the host to do this. So you know what? I went there. Hold on. What is the switch used to specify the target's host IP address? Wasn't that in our Nmap scan? I think it was 135. Scroll up real quick. Let's try 135. That actually might be our answer. 135. Nope, it's not 135. In the help menu, its description is server hostname. PQR, so service. Okay, here we go. So server host name. So we have \v semicolon. So \v semicolon. Submit. There we go. Jeez Louise. Oh. Had a 1,000-yard stare that one for a minute. I'm like, geez, what am I missing on reading that? Okay. What username successfully returns a desktop projection to us with a blank password? Okay. So let's go in here now. I think we're seeing some information on what we need to do to connect. So let's Control A real quick. Just get here to the bottom of my target. X free RDP /v semicolon. And then our target IP, which we're going to go ahead and go up here and grab this. Do we trust it? Yes, we do. Okay, it's asking for a domain. Password. Okay, so we don't have a password and it gives us an error. So let's see what information it's telling us during this error. Error connected password certainly expired. Let's see what some of this info gives us here. Let's open this up wide. No username set. Username Ginger for Life. That's me. Certificate name mismatch. Okay. Didn't really give us too much. So let's see. We're wanting to get on as the administrator. So let's try. We're going to ignore the cert. And let's try for a username. Let's go with administrator. If I can spell administrator right. Admin. All right, password. If we recall correctly, there's been some name mismatches. Host name for this connection does not match certifications. So we're ignoring the certification, see if we can bypass that. And I want to say it's probably because I've also kind of gone through this room, but I want to say that it told us somewhere that we have a mismatch of passwords and that they have not been set up yet correctly. So with that being said, the above certificate could not be verified, possibly because you don't have one. So let's see if we can get through. Yep. Okay, cool. Perfect. So we are able to just get through without the administrator password because there's not been one configured. So when there's been no password configured on a host or a username, there's no password to be put in. So from here, so that then opens up our free RDP into our box here. We now have access to, it pulls up our server manager. Now, we don't need to add roles. We're not trying to add additional services, but we are, I'm assuming, trying to get to a file in order to get our root flag. What username successfully returns the desktop projection to us with a blank password? So we found that one out. That was administrator. Administrator. All right, cool. And then submitting our root flag. So we now simply just need to go into, let's go into files and services, explosion. Double click, click, click. Okay, here we go. The server could not bind to the transport device, netbt, bt underscore tc pip. And then it looks like right here we have our bracketed. I wonder if that's our flag. Wasn't really, of course, it's going to be all wonky. Oh, there we go. Let's see if that matches kind of like how flag inputs are with our curly brackets, because another computer on the network has the same name. That server could not start. Interesting. Well, let's grab our root flag, see if this is it. So as I mentioned before, I know TryHackMe used to have like THM bracketed parentheses of how flag submissions had to be. I've realized with the hack the box challenges, sometimes when it's asking for the input for these validations for the flags, it's not always going to have that naming convention of HBT with the curly brackets. Sometimes it's simply just going to ask you for the data. So for this one, for example, that's all that was asking for. So let's go ahead and hit submit and see if this is our flag we're looking for. Oh, it's not. What does it want? Oh man, I wonder if I put a space in that again. I'm going to be so upset if I did. Are there spaces at the beginning or end? I think that's the only place we can go. Let's look around real fast, see if there's anything else I'm missing. Man, I don't know what I'm missing here, because I'm 90% sure that's where we need to go. Files and storage. The challenges of finding the root flag are always oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Look what's behind our box, guys. Could it be this text file that says flag? Oh my god, jeez Louise. I'm Andrew Crotty, and this is Breaking into Cyber, one step at a time. Oh my god, that's so funny. I wonder if that's... I won't lie, I tried doing this room yesterday. I could not find the flag to save my life, and I'm like, huh, that's so crazy. I wonder why that's not working. Well, I'll figure it out tomorrow when we stream. I'm like, maybe my naming convention was wrong. No, it's just that my server manager was blocking the text file, or I was an idiot and couldn't see the flag text right behind it. Oh man. All right. Well, let's see if this completes our room. Wait for it. Boom. Ah, best part of completing a room. The awesome boom music. Well, awesome. Well, hey, everybody. You have 20 minutes left of your day for my folks here in Arizona that are my 9-to-5s. So very much hope you guys enjoy the rest of that 20 minutes. And we'll kind of just jam out here for a little bit and listen to some lo-fi while I bash my head against my screen for how simplistically of a noob I am to find that root flag. So hopefully everyone's been enjoying these kind of series and been enjoying kind of the sneak peek, if you want to say, of looking into Hack the Box. A few other cool facts that I actually do a shout out to Try Hack Me today, because Try Hack Me also just released that they have the Hack to Win official giveaway coming out here September 1st. So let me pull this over here real quick. Oh, pull that away. So I actually thought this was kind of a neat and fun little fact if you didn't know this. So, and they dropped a hint on it earlier in the week, mentioning that they had a big release of kind of something that was happening here later in the month. But yeah, they just released that they will be doing a Hack to Win, where ideally what this will be is as you go through the rooms, there's up to $40,000 worth of prizes launching here September 1st, which is awesome. So I'm guessing there's going to be certifications, vouchers, swag bags, possible even like tickets to cons in the future here in the next few months, or maybe even to DEF CON. They usually do laptops, they'll do OSCP vouchers. It's pretty awesome that what Try Hack Me and Hack the Box can do when it comes to these giveaways. So if you've never done these before, or you're curious about kind of breaking into cyber or breaking into these CTFs, definitely check out Try Hack Me here, because yeah, come September 1st, it will probably be a no holds bar of who can get their tickets first. So super excited with that. That's actually probably a ton of fun with their Hack to Win. And yeah, by completing those rooms, you're going to be collecting tickets. Looks like they'll have a bronze tier, a silver tier, and a gold tier. Obviously, by completing those specific tiers, it's going to give you certain probably advantageous prizes. And obviously, the more difficult rooms you get, you'll possibly maybe even get more tickets. I don't know. So be curious to kind of see what that's all going to kind of consist of and entail come September. So, well, hey, everyone. I really appreciate you guys getting to hang out with me and stuff toward the last hour of your day. And we'll probably be going live again tonight a little bit later for some more Hack the Box. And or if not, we did have a new call, a talk drop today of Breaking into Cyber with Paige Hansen, who is she owns her own company, specifically looking into breaking into GRC and company security through cyber. She shares her stories and interests of what got her interested into getting into cybersecurity, as well being a part of the Phoenix WESIS chapter. She has over 17 years of experience. So please, if you've not checked out that video here, definitely give it a check. Those videos drop roughly every Monday, but we will be kind of slowing down here toward the tail end of the month. I'm going on some very lovely needed PTO, and I'm going to be having some more of my team kind of updating the channel, doing some posts, and possibly bringing a few more different folks onto the channel for some more great conversations of breaking into cyber. So please, if you guys have been checking this out, if this is your first time on the stream, or if this is something that you've been watching for a while, drop a comment, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends, share it with your family. And we have some amazing, exciting news here. Probably in the next month, we'll be dropping for the Ginger Hacker channel and series. And yeah, it's reference our 401k status and some other cool giveaways we'll be doing here to kind of ramp up our success and our excitement for helping out folks here in Arizona and across the US trying to break into cyber. And with that, everybody, have a good rest of the day. Have a good rest of the workday. Drive home safe when you're hitting traffic. And I will catch you on the next episode of my little hack-alongs. So talk to everyone later. Have a good one.